Every time I come home and walk in the door, I am faced with a decision. Do all the things that I said I would do, or sit on the couch and chill with the family and the dogs. I don't know about you, but all day I think about the things that I'm going to do when I get off work, the really productive things. Clean the kitchen, do a workout. The outcome for following through on doing those things is very predictable. It's exactly the thing that I say I'm going to do. But every time I get home, I'm faced with a decision. Chill and watch Netflix or play some games, or do anything that isn't getting the productive things I've been thinking about all day done. So what are the outcomes of not doing the things I want to do and instead taking this relaxing route? So the outcomes, on the other hand, of doing the things that I want to do instead of the things that I want to do would be stuff like enjoying my time, getting caught up on Too Hot to Handle, trying to get to a new rank on Valorant, things that are productive, but in a spending my time for enjoyment kind of way. We should take time to enjoy ourselves from time to time, of course. We should spend our time how we choose to spend it. But that's the trick, is choosing how to spend it. And earlier in the day, I had chosen to spend it doing these productive things like a workout or cleaning or meal prepping. So how do I get myself to do those things when I get home and I hit that wall of, I just don't want to do anything? A while back, I came across Matt Diavella's 2-day rule, and I tried to start implementing it, and eventually did fully start implementing it. And his 2-day rule states that you can skip a day. You can skip a day whenever you want to, as long as you didn't skip the day before. So you just can't skip 2 days in a row of doing something. So for example, if we're talking about going to the gym or doing a workout, you can skip a day, but the next day you've got to get a workout in, even if it's only a 10 or 15 minute. And even if you don't do a full workout, as long as you do something so that it doesn't count as a skip day. Now, in this workout example one, does doing a quick 10 push-ups on the ground count as doing a workout so that I didn't skip the day? I don't know. I can't pick that for you. But as long as you're putting forth the effort of making sure that you don't skip 2 days in a row of whatever it is that you're trying to stick to, it makes a big difference. When I very first started implementing the 2-day rule, I realized just how often I would skip more than 1 day at a thing. You take 1 day off, and that 1 day will turn into 2 weeks very fast. So it's good to use your calendar or your notes app or something to keep track of yourself. Taking 1 day off from doing something like following my macros or my workouts would turn into 2 weeks very quickly, and that's a lot of progress loss versus just taking 1 day off. The other productivity strategy that I started implementing a while back is called the 5-minute rule. I was looking, I don't remember where I first saw the 5-minute rule, and I can't really find an exact reference to who came up with it first. But what the 5-minute rule states is that the moment you notice yourself starting to procrastinate, the moment you sit down on the couch and you start thinking, I don't know, I think I might take today off and not do that thing I was gonna do. At that moment, you just tell yourself, you know what? I'm not gonna do that thing today. I'm just gonna spend 5 minutes on it. 5 minutes. You'll be surprised how many times you go to work on something for 5 minutes and it turns into you just doing it. As a matter of fact, this whole video is that thing. When I got home today, I was pretty worn out and ready to get some stuff together for this weekend because we've got a lot of family stuff going on. But I knew I'd been thinking about telling you guys about this all week, and if I put off doing it today, I definitely wouldn't be able to do it tomorrow, and I wouldn't be able to do it the next day. But maybe I could do part of it tomorrow. So I decided to come back here, start videoing, and I said, you know what? I'll give this 5 minutes, maybe 10. And well, we're almost done with the video. It's some kind of big brain psychology trick to just make the task look a lot simpler so that you start doing it. Because we all know it's easier to do something once you've started. Starting is the hardest part. Now, there is a caveat with the 5-minute rule, and that caveat is you have to have 5 minutes of uninterrupted focus. So make sure that when you sit down to do that thing, set a timer on your phone and turn your phone over so that it doesn't distract you, and commit yourself to whatever that activity is for 5 whole minutes. Seriously, you'll be shocked at how fast that 5 minutes goes by. I mean, the first time I did it, I was blown away when the alarm went off. I mean, I thought it had only been like 5 seconds. So I just turned it off and kept working. Ended up getting done what I needed to get done. And ever since then, I've started using this tactic to trick myself into getting more done every day instead of kicking cans down the road. I mean, we all know that when we get down the road, when we start our run or start cleaning the kitchen or start doing our meal prep or whatever it is, once we get a few minutes in, we feel better about it most of the time, unless you're sick or something, in which case you'll, go lay down when the timer ends because you feel really bad. But other times we're just kicking it off because we think it's going to be more difficult than it is. We start doing the thing and we start getting the thing done, and well, that's what we wanted to do the whole time. So we've got Matt Diavila's 2-day rule that says to just not skip more than 1 day in a row at any task that we want to get done on a regular basis. And we've got the 5-minute rule that says when we're about to start procrastinating and struggling to get started on a task, tell ourselves we're just going to work on it for 5 minutes. See how long we end up working on it. And in the beginning, it's good to keep these strategies simple. So for the 2-day rule, only apply it to one thing when you start out. And as you get better at keeping yourself on track, apply it to more things. So to apply this to our losing weight to go skydiving, Mason, I would first apply this to our macro tracking first and foremost, because right now in the early stages of this, that's going to be the most important thing, sticking to the nutrition. That's really why I'm making these videos and the whole purpose of this channel, to make these videos to help my buddy Mason learn about fitness and nutrition so that we can both get into shape to go skydiving next summer. And if you're also wanting to improve your personal fitness and nutrition, or just be more productive, I'd really appreciate if you'd subscribe and check out these videos that we're going to make in the future. We've got a whole lot of them planned, and I'd love to have you here. My name is Ashton, and thank you for spending some of your time with me. See you next time.